This week on the Push Relays podcast, we're back from Dubai. We talk about how to do a Hyrox Needs Analysis, a business needs analysis, and a really still programming, like how we talk in episodes. And 3, 2, 1, I'm back from Dubai.
Hey guys, welcome to the Push Pull Legs podcast with myself, Dammy.
And me, Tom Hall. What's going on, buddy?
I'm very well, thank you, mate. After a wonderful week of you being here, it was filled with lots of positive things, lots of enjoyment.
Dan's happy because he did beat me quite convincingly.
I don't think I
This
don't
was
think
the
I beat. I
biggest.
don't think I beat you, Tom. I think I thrashed you. Is what I think. I think that's what happened.
I think the truth that I'm not putting excuses out there, but Daniel playing more golf in 2 weeks than I've done in the last 5 months, apparently, looking at my app, really came home to fucking roost this time, didn't it?
Yeah, apparently. And that's what they'll say anyway. But the results are the results, mate. You know what I mean? It's one of those. I think I was 3-0 up after 3 rounds, wasn't I? It was a slow start.
Pretty much. Yeah.
And usually Tom gets better as he goes on because he starts to play more golf. I don't think that happened this time. I think it was a bit of a mixed bag, wasn't it?
It was a mixed bag. Yeah, 100% mixed bag. I should have beaten you. Definitely should have beaten you at Alzora because I like that course, and I think I was like quite a few points up going into like the last few, right? Definitely should have. Yeah, I've crumbled at that course twice. It's going to be in my head now.
That's it.
I like that course
all the time now.
Yeah. I really like that course, apart from the last 3 holes, apparently. Yeah, I'm just going to hit I don't know, wedges all the way through that, but made some silly club choices basically on that par 3. Went up a club instead of when I should have stayed the same. Wind wasn't my friend. But yeah, other than that, I had an enjoyable time.
With the logos on, Tom, didn't you? You got all the logos with your golf balls, so
I have. Yeah, that's the good one. So, but I did people were like, "Oh, how much golf were you playing?" And I was like, I literally counted. I was like, how many days was I there for? Like 9 days. And essentially, we played in theory 8 rounds of golf because there was one day we did 27 holes.
Yeah,
fucking knackered. But we only had 2 days.
2 lots of 9 holes, didn't we? We had 2 days off. It's just too much golf. Admittedly, we need to plan it out a bit better next time. But you also get excited, you get excited. You want to kind of make the most of it, and then you get into it. And you're like, oh, actually, it's too much. But excuses. We both played the same amount of golf, Tom, but it's fine. I can't remember. So what was it then in the end in terms of just the 18 holes we played, not the 9-hole rounds because they don't count? Was it 4-1, 5-1?
Something like that. Yeah.
You won the last one, didn't you?
I won the last one, which nobody won, basically. No.
Nobody won.
No, wasn't fantastic. It was not fantastic, but
there's some glimpses of good golf in there, Tom. That's what you have to remember, mate. Always remember, take the positives. There was good golf played.
Yeah, I mean, on the round that you were balling on, Yaz Links, you actually got a good score. I was fine through 9, and then I just fucked up over 3 holes, and then could not get off the schneid at all. And I just oh, fuck this. And because it was stroke play, it fucked me. If that was a match play game or a points game, I would have been right in it. So, but it wasn't.
I don't know about right in it. You're doing a bit more in it.
Well, based off through 9, I think you said we were both 1 over or something. I think I would have been a few points. I would have been a few points ahead. But anyway, just missed it. Well, hopefully there'll be some more fluffy bunkers. Basically, I need to get in a fucking bunker and start playing a little bit more. Anyway. We had some good food. We had sushi a couple of times. Dan had the best brisket he's ever had in Abu Dhabi.
Brisket was so good in Abu Dhabi, really good.
That was good. All in all, nice little trip. Needed. I drank far too many Kir Royales on the way home, so that was good. I didn't really no.
Oh dear.
But you know how people as soon as they get on the plane, I'm sure you get this. People just immediately go for champagne. Couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I literally immediately went for, can I have an apple juice and a coffee, please? They're like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, 100%. It's fucking 11 a.m. I can't do that.
I can't. I don't know what it is people when they get to the airport, they just start drinking. I don't drink anyway, right? Just don't like it or anything like that. But I don't know what it is about people that just they lose all concept of time when they're in an airport all of a sudden. It's why is that now okay? I don't get it.
So I didn't do it in the lounge. On the plane, it was I was just all right, I'll have a couple here because it felt like the right thing to do. Also, I wanted to kind of nod off. So had a couple of naps. All good.
Yeah.
hard life, innit, mate? But we're back with a brand new pod. We're all good. Obviously, we worked a tremendous amount last week. Online coaching, woo! Work from anywhere. I worked one day, guys, and I locked myself in Dan's closet. I want to say closet, his office for about
Yeah.
6-7 hours. Pretty much with one blind down, just one thing, and my step count was less than 1,000. So that is the online coaching lifestyle. If you really want to be able to work from anywhere, you can, but the chances are you need to fucking sit there doing check-ins and speaking to your laptop, unfortunately, in an office, which is nice and soundproof. I think people always think like, oh, but you could go to the coffee shop and do it. I was like, it's not the same. I'm not doing check-ins from coffee shops. That's madness.
No,
Like, you
can't
can't do
do
the
that.
same
It's
thing.
so weird. I was saying this the other day to someone is like, but yeah, I feel like I could do a Zoom call in a coffee shop.
Yeah.
If the Wi-Fi was good enough, which it never is, so that's why I don't do it. I feel like if I turned all my check-ins into just calls rather than videos, I'd be a little bit more comfortable doing it out and about a bit more, which is weird. I
Maybe.
don't know why that's the case. I don't know why I felt that's okay.
I
But I
mean,
would.
also if you turned all your check-ins to calls, you get fucking nothing done, mate.
And you'd be in a
Like,
coffee shop for 7 hours of the day, so you don't want to do that.
you definitely don't
Yeah,
want to do that. Like,
yeah,
calls
no,
are
definitely
you
not.
could use calls with your clients sparingly. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
they even though they're programmed for 15 to 20 minutes, they will not be. So yeah, that does not
yeah.
happen
I just put
unless
them all
you're
back to
like,
back to back, so they have to be half an hour. Like literally have to
yeah.
be because I've got another one. So it's like, yeah, clocking off.
We're all good though. But yeah, all is wonderful. Returned back, and then I haven't got like holiday blues. I think I'm all right. I think it was a case of just holiday tiredness.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely glad I did like the day before. I think probably quite a lot of people just come home and then go straight back into work. I did allow myself the evening and the next day to gently warm back into life, which is all right, which is good. And now, obviously, I had one day of good weather, Dan, and now it's all dreary and
I
grey
saw,
again.
yeah. Everyone in the UK is like, oh, that's the summer done then. That was all the
Last
standard thing on
summer,
Instagram stories. Oh, summer's
literally
done then. It's like, oh, yeah, good one. Yeah,
two
good joke.
days. It was
Like
like,
it.
see you later. It was glorious on Sunday. It was like Dubai weather, but like obviously longer day and like about
Yeah.
25 degrees where I was. So it was beautiful. Such a nerd I was out on my bike at 6:30 a.m. So cool.
Hardcore.
So cool. Grinding. I didn't train whilst I was with Dan as well. I didn't want to. Obviously he was beating me at golf, but we couldn't embarrass him by go training or something like that. So that'd be
Yeah,
a
there's
bit.
no chance doing that, is there?
But we're all good. All right. Guess we should talk about something today. Vaguely, we'll ease back in. We'll keep this one to a tight 30, 35. Dan's got nothing else to do this evening, and we've moved this podcast up to like the middle of the day. So
It's very strange for me, yeah. Very, very strange.
yeah.
Usually it's like the last thing I do of my day before I go to bed is speak to you, Tom. So you can imagine that
I
ruins my evening.
mean, that's that you had that all
Um,
week. So yeah.
well, yeah, I had you whispering sweet nothings into my ear every evening, so it was
It
fine.
was a bit weird. Laura was like, "Do you have to sleep in this bed?" I was like,
Yeah,
"Maybe."
yeah, kind of. Yeah, I kind of do have to. Do you have to? Do you have to? That's what you were saying about her.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it was a bit. It was. I'm glad we made it work. But yeah, yeah. What were we going to talk about? So there was a couple of things that basically, I think I don't know. I think something's easily annoyed me coming back from holiday. Basically, when they talk about, I've made a post. Obviously, I was putting it on. I think I talked about it in my email that's coming out today, if this goes out. Can't remember what it's in an email in the future. About I think I saw a bunch of people's like programming. I think I've just obviously because I follow some coaches, right? Shock. And I see what they're doing
Mm.
every now and again on their stories. And this is more about like, is there some sort of gospel thing that you got to have like 7 to 8 exercises in a lower body day or a chest day or whatever, all doing the same fucking thing, all doing 3 to 4 sets, all doing 8 to 12 reps. And I was just looking at it and being like, is this still where we're at? Like, this is still what PT's fucking like put out. And I'm like, this is nuts. So I've got to make a post about this. And we're then talk about it vaguely.
It is though. It is still exactly what they're at. It is like things haven't progressed because it's one of those problems where it, people just do what their coach has done and given them, and they got results doing it, and they don't know that they've got results in a really inefficient way. And then people just still have this, oh, the biggest guy in the gym does it, biggest guy on Instagram does it, so we'll do it. And it's like, no, they're just fucking idiots. Stop copying them. Like the leg days, like I'm like same as you.
Yeah.
I see it all the time. I'm seeing like back squats, and then I see like it's a quad focus day, and it's like back squats followed by leg press, followed by reverse lunges, followed by leg extensions, finish with walking lunges. It's like just don't need it. You just by the leg extensions, you're gone. Like you've done enough. Go home. Like what are you doing? Baffling to me.
It's crazy. It's either like, obviously I haven't spoken to these people for a while because I've stopped doing like level 2, level 3, and obviously I pushed them down a different like route anyway. And I don't get where it's literally like 7 exercises all on, like, say, quad development. And I'm like, fuck me. If they were with any intensity, you wouldn't be able to do, well, let's do some basic maths here. 7, if you'd be, let's be in like comfortable, maybe they did 3 sets of 10 for 7 different exercises on a similar muscle group. That's 21 fucking sets. That is your weekly stock amount easily for all of your like body part in one fucking day. Do you think that is efficient? No. Do you think you're getting the most out of it? If you like, if I did 21 check-ins, do you think all of them are opposed to like 12, like I don't know, 11 one day, 10 the other? Do you think my higher quality of work was done over 10 and 11 on 2 different days rather than 21 on one fucking day? Hands down, it's going to be the 2 days. I'm going to be fresher, different mindset, a little bit easier. It's not going to take as much time, probably. Maybe I've got more time to spend over that quality of content or quality of stuff. It's the same fucking thing. Like trying to cram that amount of volume into a session. It's just not needed as well. If anybody, go look at, is it Mike Israel who came up with his like R&R kind of volume stuff, but he also has a dictation of this is just bodybuilding as well. I realize it's not my like forte, but I still stick to certain like reps and sets per week per muscle group.
The thing I would say is it is bodybuilding, right? But it's also not. It's like bodybuilding is like, if a bodybuilder is an IPB pro and that's their leg day, go at it, mate. Do what you want.
Yeah, crack on.
It's the fact that filters down to the general public more than like, again, like some of your clients programming would. Like, but they're for normal people. Like people can be strong, athletic, quick, and play sports, play football, play rugby, play basketball, whatever, recreationally. But yet they follow a bodybuilding program rather than like an athlete's program. I just find it really odd that you're right, but someone like Mike Israel talks about it from a bodybuilding point of view, and he's even got an argument to be made for even if you're a top level bodybuilder, you're still fucking up and doing it wrong.
Yeah,
right. We're talking about like, why is this filtering down to just Johnny wants to train 4 times a week in the gym and look a bit better, in terms of his physique. That seems to be the thing, is that the natural thing to go to is like, I want to be stronger, fitter, whatever. I'll just do push day, just do chest day, and it's like, really, is that really kind of like the thing you should be doing?
Yeah. Like to bring up a weakness, all right. And my post is coming out tomorrow, I think that's one. The most I would put on a kind of same kind of movement group is probably 4 exercises in one session. That is the most. And I probably do about 6 to 8 exercises per session. And that would be like a couple of triceps, maybe, or like 3 twos, and then maybe some ESD at the end. It's probably looks all very similar, but it's like just like a methodically like thought out how to do it. Normally the A1, the B1, and the C1 are all the same kind of muscle group. They're the dominant force about that. But then I can also go, so like if I've got front squats, cool. Couldn't give a shit what squats you do it well, do it fine. Nobody cares as soon as you step on the field. Or if me and Dan are like arguing about front squats and back squats, doesn't fucking matter. We both hit the golf ball. Like we're both trying to get out and play our sport. Whichever one you feel more comfortable that you're getting force production out of doesn't fucking matter. Like front squats or back squats, and then it'll be followed by maybe an upper body pull. Cool. Right. And then we're sprinkling that volume in, just like on your upper body day. If you were say, oh, this is a pull day, cool. 3 to 4 of those main exercises are going to be pulls. But I would still encourage you to go the 2 exercises. So if you've got A1, could be pull up. Like A2 should be a lower, so you can get that other volume in, but it's going to be at a higher quality because you're still going to be rested from the other fucking day that you haven't obliterated yourself. And it's still baffling that that's still a thing. And it really annoyed me when I flicked through a couple of stories, and then they were reposting their clients' story about their training that they've been given. And I was like, fuck, how is this? It's like going, I'm looking through the like looking glass all the way down to this trickle down effect of how it's going to there. I'm like, just training so suboptimally for your time. I'm like, you don't have to spend this much time doing it. Number one, it's inefficient, and you probably get bored. 100%. I would get so bored
Yeah,
doing.
these are also the people that don't want to waste time. They go, I've got no time.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
And
fuck, stop wasting time then.
I'm like, whenever I've talked to a bodybuilder, they're like, oh yeah, my standard session is about 75 to 90 minutes. I'm like, what? What are you doing? I'm like, I don't understand.
What are you doing? Literally.
So in a basic rule of three as well, if so in phase one, so currently like my combine group are doing a phase one, cool. So in their GPP phase, and I have a rule of 8 that I will generally start people on 8-8-8. So they've got 3 sets of 8 reps. Okay. The first set will kind of be like a 70-80%, like warming up kind of set. Cool. I'm okay with that. The next set, I want to be as near as their 8 RM as they can possibly fucking be. All right. That is with intense. That is intensity. We're putting the proper like work in there. And then the last set, you have an option to do what did that second set look like? You've got kind of 3 choices. It's the kind of Goldilocks thing. Was it right? Cool. We're not moving that weight at all. Was it too heavy and it looked like shit? Right, we drop the weight slightly. Was it too light? Cool, we increase it slightly. And that's your Goldilocks kind of set at the back end. So it should look fucking perfect. And if you use that kind of rule on your phase one or going across most of your sets, you're probably going to be doing some fucking good like volume, because 2 to 3 sets of like really fucking good volume, probably about right. So I would encourage people to kind of ram that down people's throats, because technically what I do with most of my clients, I want to be as close to their kind of whatever there be like a 5 or a 10 or whatever their rep max, I want to be pushing it on that second set. They're going to be, that's intense, that's their volume, that's their main body of work, and then they'll reset and do a Goldilocks set afterwards. And then maybe they might do 2 if I need them more volume. They do 4 or 5 sets, whatever. But yeah, it just really irked me when I got back. And I was like, maybe I've just been off Instagram looking at online coaching content for a little bit, or like PT content. And I saw that and I was like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, painful. Like, wow, it is painful considering most of the population like train just normal people, and they want to do a park run and they want to do this. They want to go for a 10K. Like the amount of people who like
honestly, like I think the main goal as a personal trainer these days, online coach, whatever it is, your main goal with people that you work with is injury prevention. Is that they want to run, they want to do these things, they want to not feel like shit, they want to be able to move well, they want to have to all that, whatever, right? That is your, in my opinion, your primary goal. And I don't think that a bodybuilding style program is that.
No chance
at all. Like, because I think if you do injury prevention, you actually do train strength, speed, power, hypertrophy to a certain degree as well, if it's done the right way. But it's just the way things are performed these days is shocking. It's genuinely shocking.
Not even that. I think I did an email last week. Be on my email list, guys. I literally talk about this shit every week, and giving like, I shout out certain like people's content as well. So I made a post. I did an email talking about the transverse plane. I know, pretty fucking sexy stuff. But but a lot of bodybuilders just spend their whole time, or a lot of coaches will spend their whole time in the sagittal plane, right? So going forwards and backwards and up and down. Everything Dan described from that leg day previously was in the sagittal plane. That's it. Okay. Then they might step into the fucking frontal plane. So moving from side to side, you might see some lateral squats or into stuff like that. But then the transverse plane happens. Nothing fucking happens there, does it? Like, yeah, we never rotate in any kind of way or anything like that. It's like, yeah, we do. Like, we can do that. And then injury prevention means we probably need a sprinkling of everything of that kind of shit.
Yeah.
So there you get like that gets like a whole kind of plane of movement. And these fuckers learn about it in level 3. I fucking taught that lecture. I have to talk about all those planes. Like, we definitely talk about it, yet probably in the disservice of the level 3. They don't fucking train it in there. They don't put it in their like programming workshops, which is madness, really. Like, they don't talk about lateral squats. They don't talk about lateral lunges. They don't talk about like transverse kind of, I don't know, chops and stuff like that, and chops and pulls to pushes and all this kind of shit. So really fun stuff that you can do with cables, which is all really injury prevention. It allows you to do the big movements. It will sit in your kind of C exercises. So yeah, irked me yesterday. Irked me yesterday and caused me to get fucking bashing on my typewriter. And that's how I send it. I send it off by fax, and then someone puts it on my marketing suite for me. That's what happens, isn't it? No, you don't have
That's
one
how
of
it
those.
works. That's pretty much how I do it.
That's how we do it.
That must be how it
That's
works.
true online coaching. Yeah, we write everything up by typewriter and then send it by fax. We're basically like football transfers. We've actually done all of our work like 6 months ago, and everything you come filtering out. Could you imagine? Yeah, I'd imagine there's something quite satisfying writing on a typewriter. I quite like it.
Yeah, until you get something wrong.
There's no delete button, is there? It just cross it out.
Tipex, isn't it?
Tipex. That's a product that doesn't get used very much anymore, is it? Yeah. What's happened to Tipex?
Would have to for a fucking typewriter, mate. You need it.
Yeah. What's happened to Tipex? Because even like I don't need Tipex, but I write notes every day. I just scribble it out. I wouldn't write on top of it.
I have no idea what's happened to Tipex, Tom. I'm now concerned for the makers of Tipex.
Whoever thought about the Tipex? Whoever's got the Tipex kind of family, I don't know, dynasty, they might not be around for a long time. They need another idea.
I used to have the one that was a tape. Remember the little mouse used to just push down on the tape?
Yeah, I do remember that, yeah.
Or the old school, you had the bottles, which obviously was a bad idea.
The bottles were the ones that, yeah, you got this little brush, and then you get fucking weirdos who used to like paint their nails and stuff with it, and you're like, you're a freak. Like, right. What was the weirdest? I saw what was the ones in school? I saw this guy doing a spoof video on Instagram. He was like talking about science labs. Was this at everybody? It was clearly was at everybody's school, like where we literally had gas taps in the middle of like your science desks. Did you have that as well?
Yeah.
What was that about? Bit weird, wasn't it? We didn't use them very often.
We used them like twice a year to like look at the color of flames changing because of the different chemicals you put into it. Like,
and then endless fucking Bunsen burners. Not seen a Bunsen burner since. Like,
no,
what the fuck? Don't really understand
that these days, mate. Health and safety won't be allowed it these days.
Yeah. But yeah, I just remember like just obviously the ADHD kids just fiddling around with the taps, and then you get that smell.
Some days they'll be on, some days they'll be off, and they're like a main bit where you could turn it off at the thing.
Yeah.
Teachers used to fuck around with that all the time.
What weird
good times, man. Good times, school. I miss school. Like,
I miss school. Yeah.
Oh my god, school was so fun.
Playing sport literally every single day. What could be better?
The thing I used to think this is taking a bit of a tangent, but the thing I used to remember about school is that I used to think at the time it was so serious and important. Looking back, you're like, it really is not in any way, shape, or form like important. Like, the exams and the tests, you're like, fucking hell, like there's really no reason for any of this shit. Like,
not at all.
I remember it like it was like the coursework. Oh my god, it's really serious and really important. It's just like no one's ever asked me to see my GCSE certificates ever, or my A levels ever. No. Or my uni degree ever.
Yeah, literally, like, at this point.
I've said I've got this 2-1 degree from Leeds University. No one could be like, have you not? I don't know. Like, I don't have it. Like, wouldn't you know where it is right now? It's madness. Like when you're in it, you think it's the most important thing.
Yeah, it's crazy, weird, isn't it? And like, I love it'll go on your permanent record. Where's my permanent record? I want to know.
Yeah. The things that they scare you with, man. Looking at that, I'm like, fucking hell, those bastards. Absolute bastards. Yeah. Fun times, man. Fun times.
But even with that, like, because when obviously I got let go from third space for being outrageous.
Clever.
Yeah, taking a pay packet. And like one of my friends was like, "Oh, but are you not concerned about like your record?" I was like, what record would that be? Like, there's not a little note on me, a file that says, got let go, got released from third space. It's fine. I was like, no, yeah. It was either I was trying to get fired. Let's be honest. So absolutely fine. But I don't think there's something that's like, then it'd be like, oh, black mark, bag tick. They're like,
it's just mad that people.
It's so funny. People still fucking think like that.
You're not worried. You're not worried. I'm not worried in the slightest. Mate. What about?
It's like I achieved what I wanted to. I was a massive prick for 7 months. The
real question is, why are you worried about your record? Where is your record?
Where's your record? What have you been doing? Like, I was like, what are you on about? Like, maybe he works in academia, so I was just like, maybe they do still scare them with that. It's one of those characters that has never left school and then never left uni and then become a lecturer and then become a researcher, all that kind of stuff. And you're just like, all right, you've never seen the outside world. Brilliant. No one gives a fucking shit. So funny. Nice, mate. So I'm glad everybody gets annoyed by stupid fucking leg sets. And if you do, then if you're still programming like that, by all means, sign up my email list and I'll set you fucking straight. But yeah, also come coaching. Fucking hell. Learn for 2 months and then go away. It's absolutely fine. Invest. It's literally what the combine's for. The combine will open again in about 8 weeks. So might as well type it down now. It's not that long ago. I thought I was like doing it every 10 weeks, but it feels quite short now. I should do it every 12.
Yeah, every 12.
No, it just aligns with testing too nicely, Dan. That's why I've done it that way. Right?
Yeah, true.
But then does it align with the start of the month? That's also
painful.
But it's fucking cheap as shit, so it's fun. Right, we probably have to catch up with Cam.
Oh, what's Cam been up to? Well, I saw it was his birthday the other day, and he went out and he did a reel that was about how to enjoy your birthday on a carnival night. And he went out to Hawksmoor, so as you can imagine, he had steak and soda water all night. So he's feeling great. He's fabulous. Honestly,
I enjoyed that. There's a carnivore diet coffee cheesecake. It's pretty good.
Sure, that's not a thing.
That's what he's got. A carnivore diet coffee cheesecake. I'm annoyed that you didn't do captions on it though. Does he ever do captions? He does, doesn't he? Yeah. Oh God, I'm on his birthday post. I don't like his captions on his birthday post.
What does he say?
Well, they're just really hard to read. He's found the next thing over on Captions app, which like does animations, stuff like that. So he's managed to click.
He's branched out, is he?
Yeah, managed to click.
He's getting too clever for me now. Too clever, mate.
But I also it's weird how like some things you don't like in terms of we talk about branding before, right? And I hate his captions. Really hate his captions. I don't like it when it's single word, when only one word comes up. I like the full line to come up. So
I hate that as well.
I hate that. I'm just like, also I don't like highlighting. I don't like the thing where I was like, I can read and I can also listen to what that person is fucking saying. I don't know whether it's like just one word just popping up and animations. Fucking hate it. I was like, I just want normal text. I don't need loads of different colors. I'm not a child. It's okay. Maybe that's me. I don't know. I just want it to be simple. I think simple looks a little bit classier. I don't know why. Or it's just not much can go wrong. But Coach Carnivore he is far from simple, is this man. So in some respects.
Oh my God, the comments are just unbelievable.
Loves it.
He's just like, what is he even wearing as well? Oh, he's just like, come on.
Hey,
did you look in the mirror before you left?
Yeah, he did. Look, he's got I don't know what it is.
He's just like the whole like, you sound fun to be around. It's that whole thing of like just drinking soda water and having a fucking plain steak. It's just like, oh my God. Just putting himself. I keep saying to him, fair play, put himself out there. Do you know what I mean? Fair play. Like he puts himself out there. He's got 107,000 followers now.
107, yeah. Fucking.
I mean, Chloe follows him for one. El Burrito Monster. I can't believe El Burrito Monster follows him. El Burrito Monster's the man, and he's fucking following him. Saying that I follow him, so he's back him up. Yeah. Do you follow you must follow the Burrito Monster, El Burrito Monster? Did I not send you his stuff before?
Yeah, you sent me his stuff. I don't think I've honored him with my follow.
Mate, he is something else. The way he cooks his food. Fucking joke. Oh, I'm so hungry watching it. I'm actually really hungry now. I could have dinner. But yeah, anyway, Cam's. I think the Cam's followers have gone to his head. That's the problem. He's starting to realize now that he's a big time. He's starting to look a little bit sharper in the videos. He's got better quality videos. He's now chirping back to the comments. He's now proper replying to them. I think he's realized it's probably good for his engagement if he starts to.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
I
realized
coffee omelette. Ah, yes, coffee, honey, and vanilla. All carnivore products. I love that. Oh, dear.
So you see more on this kind of Fit Pro kind of thing. Is it Dr. Ids, whatever his name is?
Ids, yeah.
Ids, whatever. So in his in his DMs, he got invited to speak at a public health conference in London this weekend. He's like, I'm contacting you on behalf of the charity Public Health Collaboration. I'm a trustee at the charity. We have an opportunity has risen to speak at our conference weekend alongside some well-known names and wonder if you'd be interested in. Would you like to have a conversation with me? My number is blah, 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 blah. Many thanks. And then the people, he was like, then he wrote back, was like, thank you for the message. I'm sorry. I can see that you've chosen to platform people like, so this public health collaboration, Eddie Abu speaking. Eddie Abu.
Eddie Abu speaking at the event. It's honestly like
Eddie Abu speaking. Ken Berry, who he's apparently had his medical license revoked. Anthony Chaffee, who's a carnivore guy, and this is a public health forum, and this is a charity trying to, but obviously, it's fucking that's madness. That is madness. The Eddie, like obviously the other fucking. I'd heard of Chaffee, that guy. I recognize him, but yeah, fucking Eddie Abu.
It's scary.
He's
man.
I'm
waiting for like that Paul Saladino will be the fucking next one. Do you know, something like that? Where did he post it on his stories? I'm trying to look for the post.
Yeah, he posted it on stories. I screenshotted it because I was like, all right, that's a bit fucking mental. Oh, Gary Taubes, of course, is speaking as well.
Oh, I've got it here. Yeah, I've just seen his story.
Yeah, it is just kind of, obviously I don't know many of these people. I know like 4 or 5 of them, but it's just none good. Like
it's just the standard though, isn't it? It's like the thing is with charities is they just want to reach as many people as possible, so they just go for followers, and it's just like okay.
That's absolute madness that these people literally I would concur with the same. I was like, if there's some people on like that thing, I just be like, no, I'm all right, thank you. But there also a case of him being like, I should go because these
talk up
against it and offer the other opinion, because they're not gonna have a fucking leg to stand on. But it's also like arguing against the fucking wall. Like they just
it's also that element of like mob what's it called, mob mentality, and like what Dr. Vids is sharing is not going to get as much of an emotional reaction, whereas Eddie Abu stands up there, everyone is like, yeah, Eddie's right, and you're like, no, not like you're idiots, like, but then you can't say that because then they go, oh, you call us idiots, we're going to side with idiots, like,
like you're a moron, fucking crazy. But yeah, absolutely fun. Nice. Right, last one, because there was one thing that I did and it got a few people like message me post. That's why I did a post about it actually. On when I was working in your office, it was just I just had the essence of Dan. I was just like flowing.
Well, it's such a good environment to work in. That's why.
Such a good environment. That was what I was just like, so much good work has happened here. I've just got to add to it. But anyway, it was actually more I was doing a Hyrox review. Like I would normally do for people who've just done their race. So I get their times, and then, but this is a case of like, I'm not, obviously I'm assuming that most people will do this. But in terms of coaching, or whether it be for their sports or whatever they're trying to go towards, you do something you learn in the combine, which is to do a needs analysis of your sport, number one, and then how to analyze a performance, which is what I do when we analyze testing. So the combine weeks, we look at all the results and stuff like that, but it's the same for Hyrox, right? So in terms of, and I think it'll be an interesting thing I can talk about this from just a Hyrox point of view, and the importance of it. I think Dan also probably does a needs analysis of people's businesses when they fucking sign up with him. It'd be interesting to see what you look at, or like what would be like the first things that you'd be like, I want to know this, and then we get a good state of like, where's your low-hanging fruit, where do you think you should like focus on, that kind of thing. So I will simply sort into categories. So on a Hyrox, right? So really fucking simple to do a needs analysis on this. Like when if somebody's already done one, really fucking simple, get their fucking times up. You've got them all segregated out, 8 different things, and then you've got in the rock zone, doesn't really matter if it's like that bullshit, and then you've got all their run timings, and then you're able to map out. There's literally a website, I think it's on Hyrox World. I've got it saved as my stars, and you can put in the time that you either achieved or the time that you want to achieve, and then it will spit out what is generally average stuff for every single time spent in each area. So suddenly you get a little map to like where you should be based off the time or the time you want to get to. And then you can suddenly work out, all right, am I better than average or worse than average for that time to where I need to get to? So for example, so this was Alex, we were doing a review. And I basically just mapped that out. We want to do like a 1:15 next time we're doing it. Okay. So I got all his times.
Just run faster, mate. Easy, innit?
Run faster.
Just tell them to run faster.
So weirdly, we're at the stage where the running wasn't the issue. We spent so much fucking time on the running and gotten so much better there. It was some of the other stuff that he needs to fucking crack on with. We're like, all right, we've gotten that good at running, which is probably it has been the main focus. It was his biggest weakness coming in. So we're actually at like good level there. So, but I mapped it out against like, where are you losing time to the pack? Essentially, I need to be as good as average to the pack to get the biggest like bang for a buck. So wrote all those 8 things. So I think I just highlighted. So I do like large improvement, slight improvement, and then maintain. So there was stuff like his carries, his row, and his like sled pull. So all pulling based things. He's fucking on the money, or like already where he needs to be. And then everything else needs a bit of more of an improvement. But the biggest jumps would have been like his fucking wall balls suck ass. So we need to obviously get better squatting and fucking throwing a ball. And his lunges weren't great, and his burpees weren't great. So it's fun. All right. So those become our main improvements for the next kind of phase, 8 weeks, blah, blah, blah. We're going to put some real fucking graft into that. Shockingly, we want to improve something. We put it at the front of their sessions. Oh, I know he's going to be doing burpees at the front.
It's a bit like the strokes gained on golf, isn't it?
100%. Yeah, that's
like Tom. Your strokes gain would have been like minus 100. You know, like
my putt was fucking terrible
for the holiday. You know, but no, it's the same thing. Like it's obviously like golfers shoot scores, right? Where again they shoot par, they shoot 72. It's like but compared to the pack, you could have been really good putting that day, but really bad off the tee. And it's like 72 doesn't really tell the story unless you look at all those little individual bits. And like I say, it's the same sort of thing, right? With that. Actually, even down to like football clubs to a degree, again, how many shots you're conceding versus how many goals you're conceding. It's like, well, are you giving up too many shots versus goals? It's like, okay, maybe the defense and midfield need to be improved and the goalkeeper's sound, or maybe it's those guys are good, but goalkeeper just can't save anything. It's really interesting to look at the in-depth of the analytics. So it's interesting that even a sport like Hyrox has taken that to that level, because I don't think many people.
Well, I don't know whether they have. This is just something that I would do, because I'm like, I do this for the combine, right? So obviously we test after 8 weeks, and then I have like strength, I have vertical power, horizontal power, strength endurance, and ESD stuff. And then we're like, all right, we're gonna retest, and then we'll find out. Or I know kind of I've done enough testing to know where kind of they should be. And I'm like, all right, well, this needs improvement. This isn't close enough to my other clients that are kind of similar to like build to you and where we need to be, or your sport priority. For example, golfers, I need your vertical jumps and all that kind of stuff, vertical force production to be better, because that is what we need. Or maybe like in terms of rugby players or stuff like that, or like cricketers and stuff. And I was like, I probably need your horizontal force production to be a little bit better. So I need that to improve greatly. And that's going to be an improvement. But I think it's a case of like, if you're able to find someone to do this, obviously, again, I have a Hyrox month on the combine coming up. So, and we'll talk about how to fucking do this and like why you would prioritize certain things and how to break it down. I am going to try and I'm trying to work out how to do a calculator. I did lose about 45 minutes of my check-in day because I went down a rabbit hole and started trying to code an Excel spreadsheet to do it. And I was like, I'll do this, but it's going to take me like an hour or so, I think, to properly code it. But yeah,
mate, do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Do it. Just give it away for free.
Don't give it away for free, mate. Never do that.
But yeah, it's interesting from that point of view. I'd urge anybody who's a Hyrox coach or something like that, do that. Like, get your times up. Just go like compare. It will take, just to do it how I do it, like with that, using that website, takes fucking 15 minutes, if that. Like, just to work out, and it's worth it. That will direct your training so much. But or just like fucking pee into the wind and just keep doing WODs. It's fine. It's fine. It's like the triathlon stuff, right? I know I suck at running. So guess what? How much running I'm doing? A lot more than fucking swimming. Like, makes up the big
You should be playing a lot more golf then, mate. Really.
I need to get one of your putting mats so I can learn how my I don't know how much break that my living room floor has. So
hey, it's paid off though, hasn't it? It's paid off, mate.
I
That's
think
what I'm
no, I think
saying.
your putting has correlated with how much money you've spent on it, if I'm honest. So
Yeah. So better have
you've
got
just
better, yeah. Yeah.
thrown money at it and just been like, that'll solve the problem. That'll be all right. So that's what's happened.
Mate, new putter, Phil Kenyon's putting academy. It's all paid off, mate. It's all paid off.
That's right.
That's
That's
what I'm
good.
saying.
I'm glad. But yeah, Daniel, what if you were to look at like a business, what would be your key indicators for that? So if you were taking on someone as a coach, would you have a similar thing where you'd be like, all right, where are you at now? What are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Is there certain things that you're like, here's your low-hanging fruit? Or
Yeah, the problem with it is it's a little bit more intuitive, I think, with that because I can look at someone's Instagram page and you can go, oh, you need more followers. But then I also look at other people. I'm like, yeah, but you don't based on number of clients you've got and stuff like that. So there are certain things that you would look at in terms of like percentages. So for example, like engagement on posts is useful. So it's like, okay, based on per thousand followers, what's your engagement like based on average likes and comments? And again, that doesn't give us an indication of what their business is going to do, but it does give us an indication of how much of their current following are engaged with what they're currently posting and whether we need to change that. Because some people come in and their engagement's good and their message is good and they need more personality, they need more maybe on their, they focus more on their stories. There may be some people again like with email lists, again, same sort of thing. It's like, okay, have you got good numbers? Are they actually opening them? Are they doing all these things? And same with, I guess lead magnets to a degree, like, free things you give away, all that sort of stuff. Are people interested? Do they download it? Is it relevant? They're just some very tactical things that are based on more numbers that I guess are similar to what you've just talked about. But a lot of the stuff when someone comes in is it's like a lot more intuitive based on what I'm seeing and what I'm feeling on their page to go, I don't really know if this is you or not. And it takes a good month for me to get to know them a little bit better anyway, to figure out are they being themselves online? What do we need to kind of extract from them a little bit more in terms of their personality? But what we do is we go through like a full on the assessment. We're going to go through strengths and weaknesses of them as a human, them as a PT, and then them as a business owner. And that often gives us lots of things where if like they say to us, this is where I think I'm good and bad, that can often be a really good insight into, okay, what we need to kind of focus on. But then also as well, big question is what have you tried to do before with your business? So for example, if someone's been like, was told to send loads of cold DMs and I was told to follow loads of people and follow back, it's like, okay, cool. Well, we know then that for you, there's going to be a lack of somewhat human engagement and like organic engagement on your page. So we need to focus on that. Yeah, it's a lot of it is a bit more intuitive, I would say, because there's not really an average that we can go off. Like with the Hyrox time, you've got an average, you know what everyone's at.
yeah.
Whereas with online coaching, there's not really those sorts of numbers. It's just all over the place. But in terms of low-hanging fruit, like I said, there's a lot of it is going to be around, okay, the things that people come in, and I have to say to pretty much every single coach, is that you're not being yourself. You're not posting anywhere near enough stories related to behind the scenes of your life, and you're not posting anywhere near or frequently enough. And it usually comes down to the fact that they find content creation hard because they think they have to come up with all these brand new ideas and they don't ever post about themselves, so which is really easy to talk about. That when it comes from, and then it comes from just a paralysis by analysis thing where they just don't do anything because they don't know what to do, or they feel like there's a perfect thing to do. That's where it comes from. That's I kind of have to say that to most coaches, without fail. Like you said about the running, most Hyrox people need to just improve their running. It's the same with Instagram. It's like you're just not posting enough. Like you're just not putting yourself out there enough. What do you expect to happen?
Yeah.
A lot of the time. And they think they're posting enough, but they're just not. When you look back, they go, oh, I post all the time. And then we get them to fill out the spreadsheet. And like, oh, the last 2 weeks you posted 4 times. It's like, that's not enough. Oh, yeah, shit. It's only when I wrote it down, I realized I'm like, fucking hell, right. Well, there you go then. It's half a problem. Yeah, that's a huge one.
Good.
Mm.
I told you I only posted 3 times whilst I was on holiday. Bad man, I know.
Yeah, but so again,
Bad
like
man.
that's you. But that's you going. I've only posted 3 times while on holiday, and you're feeling annoyed about it. I know coaches that can't post 3 times on a working week.
It's
A
true.
working
But it
week.
was also a case
Like,
of like, yeah, I knew that I was only going to post 3 times because I sent 3 emails out that were
yeah,
obviously were going
and
out. And I was like,
and
I'll be fine.
and also as
Uh,
well, Tom, you have to remember as well, like it's you're in a certain stage of your journey and your lifespan as a coach where you can do that. You can
journey.
have a week, you can do that. But most of them, when they're starting out, they're
Journey.
trying to fucking like post twice a week and expect to get clients for it done. You're just starting out. I'm like, you're all backwards, mate.
Yeah,
All
it's going to
backwards.
be that body of work, right? So what we said about somebody coming in with like 45 posts to I've done over 1,000, right? So then they'll be like,
Yeah.
all right, there's if they stumble over my shit, they'll be like, oh, all right, okay, cool. They haven't been doing this 5 minutes. So in theory, if I going by Dan's kind of stuff, I've been an online coach for 4 years, in theory, something like that. But I haven't.
Yeah.
Definitely haven't. I would say I'm about 2 years, 2 and a bit years. Been properly online coach. Yeah, properly online coaching. Oh, still very new. Just learning the
trade. Still a little baby.
Learning the trade. Got a long time to catch up, and so we're all good. We're all good. Nothing else, mate. I think that's all of my things ticked off. It's good.
Here we go. Done. I think I make some dinner now, can't I?
apart from Dan getting annoyed, and it seems to be like happening more and more about people inquiring about certain things or be sliding into our DMs about coaching and stuff, but not following us.
Oh, mate, it baffles me. So obviously I've got a waiting list now. I'm going to rant about this. I've had two people fill out the waiting list inquiry form and give the most basic one-line answers on the waiting list where I ask them to go into detail. People don't follow me. I'm just like, I just don't get it. I just don't understand like what that's about. Really weird. I had one guy who was quite clearly one of these like Instagram copywriters who like, I was like, I know you're not an actual coach, so I'm not fucking stupid. Yeah, I just find it really odd that like I'm not going to want to work with you if you don't know anything about me, what I'm like, and haven't followed my work. It's not going to happen. Like, I just find it odd. And it's always people and it's like, what can I help you with? Get more clients and leads. Okay, brilliant. Like, okay, yeah. I mean, what are you struggling with in general? Like, everyone's a single person. And like the people that do it well, obviously they write in the box and they write a decent amount of stuff. If it's just getting more leads, I'm like, okay, great. Done. See you later, mate.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Get more leads.
I need
more hot leads, Dan. Give me more hot leads.
Be a better fucking coach and get better fucking results for people then.
Or like one of the fitness business mentor things. Talk about unrealistic things. What was his posts the other day? I really want to send it to you, but I can't. Can I? You want to see it? It was like if you're not generating three to five, like I think it was 3 to 5 calls a day from your stories, you're doing something wrong. Like I was like absolutely bonkers. I was just like
ridiculous. Like, ridiculous.
It was something like that. And I was like, you're leaving stuff out on the table. If you're not doing that every single day, you should be generating 3 leads from your stories, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, you are literally just on sell. Bully, sell.
Yeah, you can tell that someone's desperate. You can tell when someone's desperate, mate.
I was just like, I really wanted to be like, this is a fucking drivel, mate. Like, are you fucking joking? Like...
I think people will start to realize it, and people will start to comment that stuff. They will start to do it because people get sick of it. It's embarrassing.
Trust both me and Dan. We do not generate 3 fucking leads a day from our Instagram stories. Like, 3 a week would be a fucking good. Like, in terms of like, have 3 calls a week. You're doing.
And another thing as well, like we've said before, if you need 3 to 5 leads a day on your stories, you obviously suck at keeping your clients and getting results because you need that many people.
Yeah.
And again, like if the shoe fits, right, he probably does need that then.
Yeah, that's the case. It's just like, fuck me, you should know your ins and outs. Like, yeah, it's crazy, absolutely crazy. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for listening, guys. Any other business?
Not from me.
Not from me. All right. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll catch you next week.
See you later.